ideally a television show which is 22-minute episode will on social will only get about 38% completion. The basic steps, and I'm talking a little bit about video here. Create modest video quality, be true to yourselves. Shoot a lot of things which are probably can be shot on your mobile phones as well. Clever but vague titles don't work. Again, don't be very smart about these things. You don't always need a celebrity. If the content is good, actually there's nothing called good or bad content anymore. When it comes to video, it's either interesting or boring, right? Be authentic, smart and straight. Give viewers a ticket for more. Don't mimic television. Learn viewers' devices and their habits. So understand, obviously we are talking since morning, we've been talking about things that are social in nature but also have hardcore science and data behind it, right? So there's a lot of data and science behind this as well. And partner up with social media stars. That's a fantastic strategy being used by a lot of publishing companies, a lot of media sites, websites where they're actually picking up YouTube stars, picking up stars who have, who are socially very, very relevant, probably not big in the ecosystem. And one of my favorite examples is this girl. Anybody knows who this is? All you social media buffs, anyone follows her? No? You all know who Superwoman is? Yeah? Okay. Sorry? Lana? No. So her name is Claudia Zalewski. Condé Nast, being a huge content giant, being a premier company globally, signed up with this really young, very, very sweet girl. Why? Because she had about 1 million subscribers on her page and she was doing about 2.4 million monthly views on YouTube. And why did they do that? Because their Teen Vogue segment, so Condé Nast's Teen Vogue segment only had about 1/5 of the kind of subscriber base that Claudia had. So again, a very smart move, and Claudia would host the Teen Vogue sessions, and that's how they kind of, up that quotient. So who are the guys in India and abroad? And I have some global examples because that's not something that we closely follow. We know a lot of Indian content farms who do a great job. So let's talk about who's cracking the code globally. So obviously your digital natives like BuzzFeed, Circa, Mike, Upworthy, Vox, all these guys have just got this bang on. As much as we might be competing with their Indian entities here, but we have to admit that these guys have got it right because they've got the right audience. While they've been digitally natives, they've got digital natives to now kind of be complete suckers for their content. This is the example that I was talking about. So there was this very, very famous piece of content which was created by the New York Times, and the header said, "How companies learn your secrets." This was a few years back. Obviously Facebook was still very, very big, and a lot of these content giants were using a lot of social media. So they got about 500,000 views, engagements and all those metrics. They were basically talking about how retail companies track your behavior, your purchase behavior, and they get to know more about you, which is great when it comes to big data, but slightly scary as well, right? Because it's kind of looked at as an intrusion. Versus on the same day, Forbes published the same kind of an article. Obviously, the way both the articles were written were a little different. But look at the header that they used. How Target figured out Target is a big retail giant in the US, right? How Target figured out a teen girl was pregnant before her father did. What the hell? Where will you go and click? Sure, obviously, you would want to know what the hell is happening. How did Target come to know that, the girl got pregnant? While their audience size was far bigger than theirs, they got some 3 million views, XYZ engagement, so about 6 times more. So that's the power of good content creation, right? Or rather, relevant content creation. Another great example by a content giant in the women's space was Cosmopolitan, and they actually, logos and your brand logo and everything is supposed to be sacrosanct, but they kind of did something which was not a part of their DNA. They became a little quirky and irreverent, and they created this video, which I hope I can play. What would you expect out of a Cosmopolitan? To basically tell you how to get cat eyes, how to get smoky eyes, how to look good, X, Y, Z, correct? That's what Cosmopolitan talks about, apart from having great sex and everything. But check out what they actually did here. How to get smoky eyes is one of the most Googled beauty secrets in the last few years, right?
Crap with you. You have 2 minutes to get ready. You want to do a smoky eye, but you lost the brush. I'm going to show you how. Try nature's brush, your finger. You really just want to get in there like that. Ooh, nice. Don't I look glamorous? Kevin, don't I look glamorous? Kevin, I know you watch my videos, so just text me, because I texted you yesterday. Go to the kitchen and get a kitchen sponge. It probably has dish soap on it, so it's clean. Rub all the colors together, because why not? How sexy do I look? Really, how sexy do I look? Attitude. I love makeup! Whoop! Take it out, put it in a bowl. This one my parents got for their wedding anniversary, but they're divorced now, so who cares? And mash it up. Now that it's all mashed up, you're gonna take some and just go ahead and throw it on your eye and really get it in there. Is there fire in here or is it just my eyelids? And there you have it, a smoky eye that doesn't require a brush. Oh my God, wow, OMG, LOL, ah, One Direction.
Right, so they completely went against what they actually stand for and did something like this. While Vogue tied up with Claudia, they got this 18-year-old crazy girl and said, you know what, we'll just do a video, sit in one of your rooms and just shoot something and send us. So this itself, I mean, it got a lot of engagement. Their page engagement grew by some 53% because of this episode. They got 500% more shares, so you know all your basic social metrics are right there. And the year-on-year increase in engagements to about 2.5 billion likes. So they exceeded expectations. They went against certain expectations, and they created something which again became viral and hugely successful to them. Some companies which have really done being successful, and I won't actually go through the whole Gobi list. You can actually take a People's Magazine clocks twice the number of mobile unique visitors. So these are companies which actually went as social first organizations, ditching their whole print mindset. So these are companies which are great examples of how the whole mind shift change has happened. Anybody knows what YOY is? LOL. You guys know what LOL is? Okay, YOY is a fiscal term, year on year. Then companies like Good Housekeeping, All Recipes, all of them grew exponentially because they adapted or adopted a social first strategy. In videos also, obviously Nat Geo had great video quality, so they were the mammoths in this space. Cosmopolitan with the stuff that they were doing, Game Informer, Time, again, huge brands who've been huge in their traditional segments, but also got huge success when they took up a social first strategy. And so is this company, which is the company that I work for. I'm going to take you through a couple of slides because my PR head is sitting there, so I'm going to sound a bit yellow. We are a social first organization and we take pride in that. That's our portfolio. So apart from flagship brands like Filmfare and Femina, which I'm glad are there because I get to attend the Filmfare Awards and click selfies and grow my social audience as well. So we are actually, as I said, we are India's leading lifestyle and entertainment company. I'm not going to talk about how traditionally we've done business, but the stuff that we are doing, we create a lot of exclusive videos, we do a lot of behind the scenes of our shoots, we do articles almost on a daily basis. So on a daily basis, we create anywhere between 300 to 400 pieces of content that are not a part of the magazine ecosystem. Some of the segments that we are actually very strong on, and we call ourselves in a way leaders in that segment. We do a lot of beauty, a lot of fashion, given the strength of the brands that we have. We do a lot of automotives and travels. These are our strongest pillars, and because of these pillars, we can boast of a social population of about 13 million right now, not being a digitally native company. I think that's a great achievement, and all of us put together have kind of achieved this. By the way, this is more than the population of about 140 countries, not put together, but I think there are only 73 countries which have a population of more than 30. So that's the power of content, and that's solely how we've achieved this population, that's solely how we've achieved these fans and followers. I know that's not the sole metrics that we should talk about, But even in terms of engagement, we constantly strive to beat algorithms, to work directly with social media platforms, to wrangle with a lot of brands and create great content around Bollywood, fashion, beauty, which is why our engagement levels, contrary to your 1% on Facebook and 3% on Twitter and all of that, goes up to a 14% on certain brands, and that's something that we are proud of, and I think it's been a part of our achievement. So that's something I wanted to speak on, and I hope I haven't taken too much time, and I hope you guys have followed what we've been talking here. So happy to take any questions.
Any questions? Okay, that's actually hungry faces.
So either I've been very clear or I've
They're pretty hungry, I guess. Okay. Thank you.
You can also ask me questions. Ask me.
Okay. The thing is that.
No, you don't have to. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Some key metrics that we need to keep in mind when we are creating content.
Yeah, I think that's a part that I didn't address, and solely because that's something to do with a lot of editorial strategy. While I know marketers today, marketers or business guys actually follow metrics very closely. They're all like data scientists in the modern age. Something that I wanted to mention about editorial people also: don't just create content and think that it will actually go viral, or it'll, people will start liking it. As I said, great creative brains might not be great content creators, which is why it's very important for editorial to follow your content very closely, to understand what the shareability has been, how many, and don't deep dive into data right now, but for a content creator, you can actually look at simple metrics like how many people are, what are they commenting on. When we actually speak to social media platforms, comments are supposed to be the highest form of engagement, right? And then comes your share, and then comes your like, because comment is actually an effort that a person gives. So figure out how many pieces of comments have happened, what is the quality of comment. We've done a lot of Bollywood content where frankly there are a lot of people who come and say, oh, hi Priyanka Chopra. I mean, she's just a part of the video, right? Oh Priyanka, I love you. But that's not what quality comments are. So for especially content creators, you need to kind of follow that, and also I think something that we were lacking a few years back is edit and business was not talking to each other. That is an essential part of creating an ecosystem together. You need to work on this together. You need to constantly ask business to feed you with a lot of data to see what's trending and what's not, what are people doing. Visit other websites and see what are the stuff that they are doing. So these are, again, I mean, a broad overview of the metrics that content creators should be following.
Okay, thank you, Priyadarshi.
Thank you. You had a question? Yeah, later. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, one last topic before we